Tim said something about undersized, undermanned. The Nutley game. Not a lot of you know what that means. And a lot of you hear about the Montclair game. I was at both. And there was no bigger miracle in my life than the 1988 Nutley game. So to reminisce a bit, let's see a video from the 1988 state champion football team, Randolph RAMS. I was saying in 2021 and 21 in the football program that culture wins. And what that culture came to do to us and what we didn't allow was amazing. That was an amazing day. I believed in God. After the game, I believed in God even more. We'd like to bring up now representatives from that group, the 1988 state champs, Randolph RAMS. No, by the way, Diane Bauer.
Good evening, I'm Diane Bauer. And I want to thank everyone for all your sharing about my dad and about my brother. And it's why I'm here, because it warms my heart, makes me feel that they're here, that I feel and see them alive in all of you, and what remains of what's important of what they gave here to Randolph. I want to thank the Hall of Fame Committee for inviting me to present today and for putting on another memorable event for all the inductees and guests. I want to congratulate all the inductees for the 2 years that are being honored here tonight. It's truly a blessing to be here and an honor to be here with all of you. I had many thoughts and memories in preparation for tonight, and in looking at the pictures of the 1988 team, I focused in on the 9 amazing seniors, and I thought of how much they exhibited and carried on the 14 characteristics of a Randolph football player. And I know you know them, but they don't. One is the ability to sacrifice self for team. Master yourself and you can master anything. Self-discipline and self-denial. Be a very hard worker. Effort is a matter of character. Blames himself first for any of his failures. Dedicated and deep commitment to football. Never complains. Refuses to surrender. That's what you just saw there. A good student. Believes in development of mind and body. Loyal to team, parents, school, community, and himself. Believes he'll play proportionately to how he lives all year. The great player, you tell what to do one time, and he practices it 1,000 times. Talks about his teammates, and his own bigness and development, not about his opponent. He is not a defeatist. Always considerate of others' rights and feelings. And finally, never makes excuses. As I reflected on these principles that my dad and brother presented every year to the teams, it's incredible that 33 years seems like yesterday. And I remember these young men and their accomplishments, their personalities, their stories, their jokes. See, I used to go over to that house every Friday night that they came to our home before the game. Sometimes I got to sit in the room with them. Sometimes I just stayed in the other room. I never stopped being a part because that kept me close to my dad. Because when I was with them, I was with him. And I was so fortunate to be a part of it. The 1988 Randolph football team being inducted tonight made its own unique imprint and contribution to our history here at Randolph. They were North 2 Group 3 state sectional champions, an 11-0 record. They continued the streak at 28 games. After graduating almost all of the 1987 starters. That's a big change, to graduate all the starters from the year before and then start over again brand new, like with juniors and seniors, and not have that leadership the next year. That's a big deal. They were team of the year. They ranked #1 in the area. and they were ranked number 4 in the state. I know my father, my mother, and my brother John are looking down from above, and they're smiling as I introduce and welcome into the Hall of Fame the 1988 Randolph football team.
It's highly unusual, to say the least, that anybody ever asks you about something you did 30 years ago, or 33 years ago. For most of us, right, it's how was your day, maybe your weekend, how was your weekend? Had a good weekend? Had a good weekend. But no one takes an interest, usually, in something you did 30 years ago. And it's even more rare that somebody wants to celebrate that experience with you, that they want to hear and share and connect about something like that. And for me, I think that's a really special thing about today. I'm grateful to the committee, to Coach Stanridge, to Mr. McMillan, to all of the volunteers who absolutely worked their asses off to make this happen. Coach Lyons, everybody, people who I don't even know worked on tonight. I want to say thank you to you guys for making this happen. It's very special. I'm already getting the hurry up signal, which is early in the course of a talk for me, but that's okay, I'll make it happen. Look, Randolph football starts and ends for me with Coach John Bauer Sr. And everything that he put together. I couldn't possibly, especially under time constraints, go into everything that he meant to me personally, and I'm sure to these guys and a lot of you out there. He was definitely, from the time I met him in 1986 through 1988, which is really just a very brief amount of time, he was the most impactful adult in my life. And he did it with help, though. He did it with help from other coaches, Mr. Lyons, Mr. Stanridge, coached our freshman team. He did it through the program. He did it through the other teams through the years. He made us remember that we were not the first and we wouldn't be the last, that we were connected to those guys, that we were running on the same dirt, that we were sweating out the same sweat, that we were knocking heads in the same way that they did. And we had a connection to that tradition, even though we had never been there, never seen it, didn't know what it was about. And I think at the end of the day, what he did was he built something that was clear, fair, just. If you do this, come to practice, come to the meetings, you do what you're told, you listen to your coaches, you give up your summer, you'll be on the team. We didn't cut people. Do this, get that. It was a just society. You didn't care what you looked like, you didn't care if you didn't look like a football player, you never played before. It was performance-based. And that's empowering to anybody, certainly to a 16, 17-year-old kid. And I can't repay that, but I'm grateful for it. All right, so in the interest of time, I'm going to say a quick thing about the two guys on the stage behind me. I had something for everybody on the team, but in the interest of time, I'm just going to do Eric and Brian, who are here tonight. Eric Saltz. Eric was basically born in the altar of Randolph football. I think Coach Hart probably brought him into the world. I think Coach Tinnis may have cut the cord, and I think Coach Hoppy, a few days later, performed a bris. Definitely his last, which we're all grateful for. Eric grew up in the tradition of Randolph football, and from what I remember seeing, pound for pound, he was the hardest hitter of anywhere on our team or any other team that I ever saw. He played fullback and linebacker. As a fullback in the system, he helped out his center, this guy, more than 1 or 2 times. Always made the right call for the team on passing plays. And he was just totally reliable, totally going to be there. Didn't have to worry about where Salt's going to be, he's going to be there. This other guy back here, Brian Handenbook. Brian was also born on the altar of Randolph football, although no bris involved in Brian's case, and certainly not by Mr. Bobby. Brian is definitely the only player that I ever wanted to be like as a player myself. He was a stand-up guy, a high-character guy, man of few words, so I don't have that, but he was somebody I modeled myself after. And I don't think I ever told him that, but because I don't model myself after people, it's just not what I do, but I did with you until I felt like we had gotten on the middle ground. And I want to thank him for that, for pushing me to be better. The other guys have to call me up and ask me if you want the narrative. I'll save that, but I got something for each of you if you guys want to reach out. Thank you again to the committee for making this night happen. Thank you so much for being here, guys, and for hanging out.